Okay, we're going to do a little video review. I was content to say that these Ellis lifting shores do the job. They certainly do. They're reasonably priced. These are the light duty lifting shores. It's about twice as much, apples to apples, for the same sort of length. For a heavy duty version, I just got 4. I got 2 originally and I got 2 more just now of the light duty version. They're an STL 86 to 110, I believe. They just call it STL 86. It starts at 86 inches overall, and it'll go to 110, I believe. And they've got on the label, they've got the specs here as you work with it. That's fine. They build these in Oklahoma. They're just, I looked them up on Google. It's just a dusty old building, factory building in a sprawling industrial park. They've been around since the 50s, which they tout. It's that old school American manufactured product. You know, they have a thrust bearing on the carriage assembly, which makes running them out and in under load a lot easier, many times easier. They say 10 times easier than a typical greased up thread on a screw jack. All right, they're working just fine. They must have on the website a feature that, you know, a lot of sites, if you put together a cart, but you don't buy stuff, or you put together a wish list but you don't move through the checkout system, you get an auto email that says, hey, where'd you go? You left stuff in the cart. And those kind of make sense, I guess, even though they're annoying. Ellis, their head of sales, he must reach out when that happens via his personal email address, which I think they think puts a personal touch on it. But actually, it's kind of weird if you go to the site and put together a shopping cart and leave it overnight to think about things, and at 9:45 get an email from the director of sales at Ellis, or whatever his title is, about, hey, you know, by your first name, can we ship these out tomorrow? I think it's automatically generated. It's happened twice now. The first time I ordered these and the second time I ordered these. You know, hey Chaz, can we ship these tomorrow? It's weird, to say the least. I don't know. That didn't make me feel like they were attention to detail. It felt like they were kind of thirsty for business. They originally, the first 2 shipped with these labels right on there, like I say, with the model number and the specifications. The second pair I got, the one has got the contemporary label, I would say, their current design, and the other one just has this sticker on it. I don't know if they ran out of labels. You know, they might say, listen, we thought you were working, we thought you wanted them ASAP, so we stuck a sticker on, who cares? You know, typical blue-collar America. What difference does it make, the sticker or whatever? It's the 21st century. And I'm going to mention this stuff. Whether it resonates or not is yet to be seen. The quality of the weld is the same, whatever. You know, I don't like this, that the one doesn't match the other 3. They've got a lot of weld spit, or whatever you call that, all over here that they didn't bother to clean up. The quality of the powder coat, you can see, you know, they've got jagged, whatever they tacked that to the table. You know, this is it. I just took it out of the box. And that's the scenario inside. There's the little mist area of powder coat. Again, it's heavy equipment. Oh, look at the inside corner down there. No powder coat. On the one hand, they're making these at the factory. They're cooking them out of there. They get them in a few days via, you know, freight. I will say the first 2 shipping was calculated at 50-some bucks for the pair. The second 2 shipping was calculated at 80-some bucks for the pair. In fact, when I put the cart together for these, it was still 50-some dollars, and then when I executed the order, it was 80-some dollars. And I don't know why that should vary so much. But, you know, you get into a scenario where I wanted to I invested. You can have a 1 foot, 2 foot, or 3 foot turning bar, they call it. This is what you put in that carriage assembly to actuate. It's a piece of steel rod. It's cold rolled steel. It's been just hacked off. You know, there's the ends. A lot of guys, if you're dealing with equipment and things like that, we've got steel. I've got steel around the shop. You know, I can put my hands on cold rolled 3/4 inch rod pretty easily for less than half the cost. This was $30, I want to say, with my first order. I expected it to be orange at least. I mean, everything here is going in the powder coat. It's getting that piss poor, half-assed, quick and dirty powder coat. Probably like I say, they would say for the sake of their customers getting to work. What's the deal with no powder coat? This just gets lost. Look at my job site. If I set this down, it just gets lost in here. As it knocks stuff over, but it disappears. You want stuff that matches so it can get bundled together, transported together, set up together, broken down together, especially when you have more than one person, and you don't want to accidentally leave it at the job site, especially not when you double paid for it to ship freight with your order. So I said the first time, those things, I told the guy whose email came to me, the sales guy, when I first got these, I said, I was kind of disappointed this wasn't orange. Oh my God, he says, that's such a great idea. I'll run it up the flagpole. And it came back, nah, they don't want to do that. I said, well, could you send, I'm kind of disappointed with this. You sell a product called the turning bar. It really is just 3 feet of steel rod. And for a business that's buying steel tube, steel channel, steel plate, and fabricating and powder coating right on site their product, it's a turnoff to just get a chunk of your material that you got far more economically, wholesale or whatever in quantity, and then you're marking it way up and you've processed it zero. You cut it off and maybe you deburred it. Is it that hard to send it through with the rest of the orange stuff? So I kind of said, when I ordered these, I said, I'm ready to execute another order. Is there any chance you could put a 3-foot piece in my powder coat, and send it along? Oh yeah, well that's a $5 upcharge on buying that thing again, plus the freight. That was a turnoff. This is over $1,000 worth of stuff here. I was happy to sort of lean into a more positive video, but with this one shipping with a weird label on it, the low quality, quick and dirty powder coat, this little debacle with not wanting to, with needing to be paid in full to throw a little orange powder coat on a stick of steel and send it with my order. Now we're starting to get, when my dad and my uncle built their first building on the farm, I know this story just because they told it to me. I never experienced this, but the small hardware store, lumber business, or whatever, threw 2 Estwing hammers in. Whoa! Hey, threw two framing hammers in with their lumber. They just, when the lumber arrived, there were 2 nice big Estwing framing hammers as a thank you for their business. And I wasn't out to gouge this business. I just kind of mentioned, hey, if you like the idea, you could mark it up $5 from what it is. Show it with orange on it. Show it with a little Ellis label on it. Maybe a hole drilled through it so it could be hung up or have a little leather strap to hang it or whatever. Something that doesn't get lost on the job site. And, charge with reckless abandon. But don't charge for just a chunk of material. And the last piece of the puzzle is it shipped on this, I didn't put these on here. This foot traffic. This box was totaled. They've been in business for 50 years, and we're shipping via FedEx. Look at the end of this box. It was just, the big square plate was just coming out the other end. FedEx guy said he got tired of gouging his ankles on it, and he taped the living daylights out of both ends of this box, at least to keep it together. But on the front, if you're going to email me from your email address and check that you can send the order out tomorrow and appear to be really thirsty, in my opinion, for business, and no customer too small. This is real small as compared to a big rigging company or whatever to get a few of these light duty things. And then turn around and, when I mentioned the idea of tying this product in with the rest of your fabricated products, oh wow, what an innovative idea, and we never thought of. And then the powers that be allegedly poo-pooed that, not doing it. But if you want it, you can pay full price for it. And then we finally send you your second order of stuff, and the quality of this versus, I can't take these down, but these are the overall, the welds are cleaner, the powder coat is better, and the label doesn't match, and it just paints this picture of look, if you guys do this one thing and you've got 10 to 15 people at this business and you make these things, I don't see a lot of craftsmanship here. It's like you're in just high gear, and this is where we do, we run out of stickers, we stick a different sticker on, we do this, we do that. I do a lot of different things, and every different thing that I do, I try to do to a very high level of craftsmanship and finish. And it's disappointing to me when specialized stuff arrives in a way that if I was in charge, I would kind of send it back. If I was quality control or whatever, this is piss poor representation of what we do here. Shipping like that is bogus. We need to fabricate OSB little end caps or something Even Styrofoam have it shot so that we can put it on the ends of each of these when they go in the box. They don't destroy the box on the way to their customer. We need to develop this. If we're going to list this thing on our super clean contemporary website, I have to say is quite nice. And we're going to call it the turning bar. They don't show it orange. They don't say that anything is, it looks like this on the page. I didn't look really closely. I wasn't critical. And he put that on me really quick. We didn't say that it was orange. No, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. But $30 or $35 to have it, time it's shipped or whatever, this is $10 worth of steel at best. McMaster Carr needs $20 shipped. And McMaster Carr and Granger and stuff like that are notoriously expensive for things like this. So 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. They'll certainly do the job. But being in business for 60 or 60 some years, almost 70 maybe, and this is what you've got to show for yourselves is, in my opinion, leaves room for improvement. And it's the 21st century, so I'll tell the masses, whoop-de-doo, my hundreds of followers, but I'll still say it. And that's how I feel about it. So let's get back to work. We'll see you. Thanks for watching.